I really want this channel to continue to be one that focuses on faith and fitness. You could be someone different, not constrained by the time of the new year, January 1st. You could actually be fueled by something deeper, and that is to make a difference in people's lives by starting with your own life. A good life, a great life is often made not in one decision, but in thousands and thousands of consistent little decisions. It's a new year, and I am excited to be back doing videos. It's been much longer than I wish it was, and it always kind of takes a little bit of extra effort to kind of get back in the saddle, as it were. I have some videos that I've recorded over the last few months that I'm looking to upload, but I did want to do just this one in the moment to, first of all, say thank you. This channel I started just over 3 years ago, and I'm coming back. I feel like the clarity that I had over the last number of months taking time off has helped me to kind of recalibrate where I want to go in the future with this channel, and taking into account the things that seemed to resonate with those of you that have been watching and supporting this channel. I was pretty motivated there last year doing the 75 Hard Challenge. I even came up with my own version of the 75 Hard Challenge that I was calling the Warrior 40. About the time I was ready to launch it, it wasn't that we got hit with life in a difficult way. It was that my family got some of the biggest breakthrough we've been praying for ages, and we just needed to take a few months to experience it, just let it soak in. And then with some other business and things, it just was a little more challenging than I'd like to say or admit, just kind of getting back into the flow of doing videos. But I have honestly missed it. And I just want to say thank you for being part of this journey with me. Doing videos is so different from all of the live speaking experiences and events that I've done in the past, because there's so much more engagement, at least, how do I say, in the moment. But I so appreciate your comments and the different things that you have written over the past few years. It's been really beautiful to reread recently, and I was just struck by the kindness and the generosity and just how some of these videos have touched people's lives. And so I'm excited to continue doing it, and I'm looking to just, I think the idea of what I was on to in some of the last videos I did about the Warrior 40 is really where I want to stay, in the sense that I really want this channel to continue to be one that focuses on faith and fitness, just what it is to be fit and disciplined as a Christian, because that's something that I'm constantly kind of working through. That is a continued discipline in my own life, and the reason that I started this channel in the beginning. And the truth is, to circle back around, my husband just confessed that that's one of his most pet peeve phrases. So I guess I can't use that. But just to go back to kind of a rhythm and something that impacted me in the beginning is this idea of mini habits. And my challenge to you is to look at where you're at. If you've been on this channel for any amount of time, I mean, you've seen a number of different kinds of videos. I've experimented with a lot of stuff. But the one that I just keep coming back to, particularly here, is this idea of mini habits, and how mini habits have the power to change your life, and how they've been making a difference in my own life. And so my challenge is to look at this new year. We're into the middle or nearing the end of January already. And most people, if they had great New Year's resolutions, my guess is that most people a couple weeks in have probably already experienced failure and given up. But you could be someone different, not constrained by the time of the new year, January 1st. You could actually be fueled by something deeper, and that is to make a difference in your own life, to make a difference in people's lives by starting with your own life. And there is a few great books that I love, and I think it was Christopher McDougall wrote the one I'm thinking of. And I think it was called Natural Born Heroes, one of my favorite books of recent. In this book, he talks about how in the Greek culture from ancient times, The word for an adult was dromea, which meant runner. The difference between an adult and a child, or an adult and a kid, was that an adult could run to the aid of someone. And so what distinguished you in adulthood was your ability to rescue or help someone else and go to the aid of someone else. And I guess there's just been a deep conviction for me in my own life of just going back to basics, recommitting, doubling down in my own fitness and faith, making my body a living temple, and being able to use it in the way that God created. I'm in my mid 40s. Well, I'll be honest, I think I turned 48 in a few weeks. So I guess that's my upper 40s. And it's just a different season of life. And so finding a way to live in peak fitness in this season of life might look a little different than when I was in my 20s, but it's important. And my challenge to you is to take advantage of the days that you have. And part of living fully is living with health and vibrance and making the most of the life we've been given. And so I have spent years studying, coming across some of the most amazing stories around health, and I'm in a season of coming back to basics. I'm coming back to the things that have changed my life, and I'm just looking forward to sharing more of that. And my challenge to you is even just going back and being just echoing a refrain that I've kind of sang and spoke from the beginning, is to just recognize that the littlest things have sometimes the biggest impact in our life. My husband and I were talking with our son just last night, and the truth is, it just takes one decision to destroy your life. But a good life, a great life, is often made not in one decision, but in thousands and thousands of consistent little decisions. And so that's something I've been thinking about, just with this idea again of a mini habit, going back to basics. What is for me right now, that mini habit, that's been walking and praying in the mornings, getting up, getting out of bed, and making my first commitment when I hit the floor to get out of my house, to go walking and praying, whether it's dark 100 or before I start homeschooling my kids, and trying to make that my discipline and my consistent thing. It's not if I'm going to do it, it's when. When I wake up, what do? I go walking and I go praying. And whether that's for 10 minutes or 20 or 30 minutes, doesn't matter. But I'm going to be committed to going out my front door and making that habit of both a physical discipline, but also the spiritual discipline coupled together, a part of my lifestyle again. So I'm going to keep this short. I so appreciate you. Thank you for joining me on this journey. And I look forward to just sharing some other stories and insights and things that have just radically changed my life when it's come to health and faith and fitness, and just what it is to live kind of with the Christian disciplines. I'd love to talk about fasting and how I've made prayer those parts of my life, finding rhythm in those little things. But for now, my challenge is, what can you do today to begin to make this new year a new you? How do you become the best you? Live the life that God created you to live, with full health, full vibrance, and energetically doing and living for and being who He's created you to be. So with that, I'll see you on the next video.